Okay, hey guys. It's about a month after I made my first video. It's another grungy garage Saturday. I've got my grungy clothes on and have some good news. We finally have. I'm trying to do this here. So the convertible is finally fixed. So we are going to we're going to go for a little drive. Okay, so hopefully you can hear me. I do have the top down because how else do you drive a convertible? So far, so good. Everything seems perfectly fine, and the car is working exactly the way it should, which is wonderful. So we are actually headed back to the house now. And I'm going to optimistically say that this little issue has been resolved. So when I get back to the house, I'll just give you a quick rundown of what the problem was and what I did to fix it. I'll be back in a second. So what you're looking at is the ignition control module. You can see it has the green ignition lead wire going into it, and it has like a new warranty, that blue and white sticker on it that's like a warranty thing. So I ordered that from Auto House, and so that switch, that module, was the culprit last month. It just by coincidence happened to die in my driveway and then when I went to start the car and pull it back in, it was dead and the car wouldn't start. So to say that I'm happy and a little shocked, actually, that I got this car fixed and running is an understatement. I'm 100% right-brained. I am not a mechanic. Automotive mechanics in general, it eludes me. It's not something that I grasp and understand very well. I can upholster the interior, but I, pop the hood and I really get scared and I really get lost. So the fact that I was able to fix this car was really important to me. I used a multimeter tester to get under the hood and test the various ignition components to see what had juice and what did not. That's kind of how we narrowed it down to the control module itself. And then what I did, the replacements, they're OEM parts, but they've basically been rebuilt because Mercedes, no one is actually producing these parts brand new anymore because they're 30 plus years old. So they take the originals and they rebuild them, and then resell them as new. And so that's what I bought. I went cheap at first. I bought this. This is actually an El Cheapo Plastic Fantastic from China. It was only $35, and I thought, well, if this one works, why spend the $250? So I went ahead and I bought this, and I kind of knew when I did that I, I was like, yeah, this isn't going to work. But I figured, what the hell is 35 bucks? So I bought this. This came last Friday, and I knew something was wrong when I went to install it because these pins in the ports, they're obviously not manufacturer spec. This one here, where the green lead wire attaches, the pin inside, it's basically too fat or too thick or whatever, and I had to use a rubber mallet to actually tap the wire, to tap it in, which you should just never have to do. And then by contrast, this port here, when I went to plug that one in, it was so loose it wouldn't stay put. And so I had to kind of wedge this inside the engine compartment up against an AC line just to hold everything together. And I tried to start the car, and it did start, but then it immediately stalled. And that happened several times. And so I thought, okay, we're making progress because at least the car starts, but it's not starting and continuing to run. And I knew it had something to do with these ports here because the wires just, one was too tight, one was too loose. And I thought, it's not getting, the connectivity is just not good enough. That's why it keeps stalling. But the upside is I was like, okay, at least I know this is the issue. So I went ahead and I came inside, I opened a vein, and I got online and I ordered the real deal. And that arrived last night. And I went ahead and put it in the car yesterday evening, and sure enough, she started right up. And it was starting to get dark, so I didn't want to go driving last night, but she started up just fine. And today I took her out. She drove perfectly, and so fingers crossed, she's fixed and she's good to go. I'm probably going to drive her to work on Monday. God forbid if anything happens, I have both Haggerty and State Farm for towing, and AAA, so I could have this car towed to California and back. So I think I'm going to drive the car on Monday. It's one of those things where I'm a little nervous because I don't know, I don't know if it's gonna die on me, but I also can't just live in fear either. So it's either drive it or not. So I think I'm gonna drive her on Monday. I'll probably take a change of clothes and everything with me in case I get stuck on the side of the road. But we'll see how she goes. And then in a few weeks, when the weather gets colder, I'm going to put the hard top on because I didn't use the hard top last year, but I drove her all winter. So this year I'm going to take the hard top down, put the hard top on, and use the hard top for the winter. But I really am, I didn't cry like a 12-year-old girl, but I really wanted to. This was a huge step for me just to be able to get this car fixed. I'm learning. I'm a novice. I have reached out to someone who had volunteered to help me with these cars to begin with. And I reached out to them and asked them for help, specifically with Sebastian, because, he really is the problem child. And anyone that knows me knows that I never ask anyone for help. It's just not in my nature. I do everything on my own, and I try and take care of myself. So if I reach out for help, then I really need it badly. And I reached out, and all I got was radio silence. I was basically ignored, and that really, really hurt when you place your trust in someone and are hoping that they will help you, and then you ask for help and you get nothing. What I did get, I was told that if I was going to get upset and depressed every time something happened to one of these cars, then I may as well just sell them all. That was the support that I got. And that's not support. That's not the kind of support that I need, especially when I'm trying to learn this stuff. I need someone to tell me that, it's going to be okay, and we'll figure it out, and, everything will be fine, and, you're going to be able to do this. I need positive reinforcement. And when I'm simply just brushed off and told that if I'm going to behave badly every time something happens to the cars, then I should just sell them. That's not supportive. That's not the way. That's not a friend. That's not the way you support a friend. It's certainly not the way you handle me. So I was very disappointed at the knowledge that I can't rely on this person, and I can't trust this person. But it made me even more determined to try and figure this out. Because I really did. I thought about it. I thought about just getting rid of them. And then I thought again. And I've never backed away from a fight. And I've always faced whatever hits me head on. So I decided to stick it out. And now that the convertible is running and I managed to solve that mystery, it has given me some confidence to continue tinkering with Sebastian. I don't know how much more time I'll have to do that before it really gets too cold. But so bless him, he may have to sit for a while longer. But I have made progress with him as well, just replacing all the things that I've replaced on him in an effort to try and get him running. It's only done good, and it's gotten me more familiar under the hood of these cars and with these engines, which is also good. It's all positive stuff, but I'm thrilled that the convertible is running again. I absolutely adore this car, and I really want to be able to keep it and maintain it, as close to new as I can, with the budget that I have. Hence learning how to work on the cars myself. The more that I can do on my own, not only will I save money, but it's education. So I'm really excited. I'm really happy. And I think I deserve a glass of wine tonight. I haven't had anything to drink in months. So I think I might deserve a glass of wine tonight. But anyway, so it's all good.